All right, let's move on to what's quickly becoming my favorite segment of our show, and that's because of the graphic that accompanies it. That is Uncut Gems. Talking about it's gonna get me every time. Fantastic job, producer Heather. That is wonderful. Um, Talking about maybe some players that are in advantageous spots that maybe you won't be thinking about as being maybe a top 20 player at their position this week. So who do you got this week, Rich?
Yeah, but my guy this week is Elijah Moore. We talked about, maybe not, going all in on Jerome Ford against this Titans matchup. The Browns probably being forced to pass. Whether we get efficiency via the passing game remains to be determined. We know we're obviously Amari Cooper's in a good spot, but Elijah Moore has run a pass route on 89% and 84% of the team dropbacks. He has 7 and 9 targets, as you highlighted. They've been inefficient targets through Deshaun Watson's play, but maybe the Titans defense is acquiesced and we get some production. They have allowed double-digit PPR points to 5 different wide receivers so far. We've only played 2 games. They have allowed 16 and a half or more PPR points to 4 of those wide receivers. So I think if you've had Elijah Moore on your bench as like a fringe guy and like you're down a spot this week, or you've got kind of a weird like a hole in your lineup in a flex spot, I think this is a week to take a shot at him.
Yeah, I mean, Titans pass funnel goes back to last year. This is what it is. You playing pass catchers against the Titans, and you are avoiding running backs against the Titans. That's just the way it is moving forward. Mine is actually Josh Reynolds, who it's been interesting to kind of watch his usage over the first 2 weeks. He's been a clear number two receiver. He actually led the team in routes last week because we saw Amon-Ra St. Brown miss some time with 2 injuries actually. One of them he's still dealing with now with his toe injury. There's a 22% target rate on his routes. He's averaging 11.7 air yards per target. He has 30.5% of the team air yards. That's actually higher than St. Brown. He is the only end zone target they've had this year. He is the number 2 wide receiver in a passing game that we expect to be good. Now, what I will say is the Falcons have been good against wide receivers so far this year. They might even be getting Jeff Okudah back this week. I think they lead the league with 5.5 yards per attempt targeting wide receivers, but they've played the Panthers and they've played the Packers without Christian Watson. So I need to see that this is real from the Falcons. I did expect their defense to be better. They made additions. They're actually spending money on defense this year, but I don't think that it's, best in the league against wide receivers either. And so we're going to see some comeback off of that. And so I'm very interested in Josh Reynolds this week, both in DFS and if you need somebody in maybe a deeper league to fill in a flex spot.